picked up all the starfish and they all survived. 3 months ago, I had a phone call that changed my life. Our Prime Minister, Mahdi Jamal, called me and said, Tunisia needs us. Come back home. Come back to rebuild our nation. Come back to be part of a startup democracy team. Are you ready for the challenge? You have 2 hours to make up your mind. During those 2 hours, everyone I spoke to said don't do it. The only person who said go for it was my husband. He said, Amel, this is your call. You can give back to Tunisia a little. Tunisia has given you so much. I support you. Trust me, during the last 3 months, I'm sure he had many moments of doubt if his advice was the right one. And still, he supports me. Everyone else, everyone from my family and friends, said don't do it. Why? You don't need all the trouble. Tunisia as a country is not ready for a taboo breaker, as we know you are. Tunisia as a country is not ready for a woman in such an important post. Tunisia as a country is not ready for a person with no grey hair. Yet. I believe one needs to say yes. Because hope and courage are not only needed for the 11 million Tunisian people, but for the whole region and the world. Being part of a startup democracy team is a challenge I decided to say yes to. The sacrifices are huge. Mostly being away from my daughter so much. Last Sunday, my 10-year-old, when I had to leave, was crying heavily. My 5-year-old hung himself onto my leg and said, Mom, don't go. Don't leave us. I was sitting in the car on the way to the airport, and my heart was broken. And yet, 3 months ago, I said yes to Tunisia. Today, I'm saying yes to Tunisia. More than on the 14th of January 2011, I believe Tunisia needs a new revolution. A different kind of revolution. Of course, we needed a revolution on 14th of January 2011. We needed to say, enough is enough. Enough with no jobs. We needed to say, enough is enough with no hope for a youth idling with no jobs. We had to say, enough is enough with an economy that on paper looked healthy, but on the ground didn't match people's ambitions and dreams. By the ranking of 77th most corrupt country out of 177 countries. The struggle was clear, the message was clear, game over, enough is enough. With some violence, but at the end the will of the people thrived. Today, we are here in the situation that democracy and freedom didn't come with economic prosperity. Democracy, for us, for all the youth of Tunisia, has quite a high cost. Being responsible for tourism, I can tell you that I'm shocked how much of the all ill of the whole society and economy of Tunisia is coming together into this sector. Not only me, everyone in our government, in the team, we're working together. We have to balance between two challenges. On the one side, people who want results immediately, they want jobs immediately. I wish I had a magic baton to change all of it now. I understand that impatience. On the other side, we need really deep reforms, deep structural economic reforms that need a lot of dialogue and a lot of time. Every morning, I rise to the challenge of choosing between what is right and what is easy. Every morning, I pray to God to help me to choose what is right over that what is easy. But as Nelson Mandela said, impossible, it's only impossible until it's done. And I want to share with you a magnificent example of Rwanda, one of the fastest growing economies of Africa, one of the fastest growing economies of the world. That's what Rwanda can, we can do in Tunisia. We need the humanity of Nelson Mandela. We need the courage of Malala. We need the vision for Tunisia of Bourguiba. And we need the dignity of Mohamed Waziz. And I think we need a revolution of mind. We need to say a democracy is only as good as its citizens. A democracy is only as good as we all participate in it. Highly successful, highly remunerated executive, content mother and wife, living in my comfy London neighborhood. I could have stayed out of the Tunisia. I decided to say yes to come rebuild our beloved nation. And I invite you to say yes today. I invite you to say yes to a better Tunisia. Yes to a better world, because like the starfish, we are not lonely. If we all together, each one of us, picks up the starfish and put it back into the water, at the end, it will be for the collective good. We need a new revolution of working together, and we shouldn't allow ourselves just to rely on government. Government is only there as an enabler. We all have to step up, and we have to take GFK's advice, not to ask what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. I care for this country. That's why I'm asking you today to say yes to a better Tunisia. I'm asking you to say yes to a better Africa. I'm asking you to say yes to a better world, because you are the difference makers.